What's up, Pigs Nation? So I'm tracking. I owe you guys a video on that mid-range $1,000 to $3,000 kayaks. I've been waiting on my buddy Chris to come down and kind of help me with it. I kind of wanted to keep him involved in that series. But he's going to come down in a couple weeks and we're going to do some fishing and go over his Hobie, so we're probably not going to have time. So we'll go ahead and knock that out today, give you guys that list. And this is for 2022. Top 10 kayaks in that mid-range, $1,000 to $3,000 for 2022. But first off, it's a holiday weekend. Y'all know, if y'all didn't catch it on the other one I did, we did something special for St. Patty's Day. So holiday weekend, start the summer, it's Memorial Day. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over a couple of things for me, just a sidebar real quick. If you're a civilian on Memorial Day, enjoy Memorial Day. I say that again, enjoy it. Have the burgers, have the beers, enjoy it. I'm talking to the veterans here for Memorial Day. Look, Monday is usually hard for somebody. If you know a veteran or if you have a battle buddy or something out there, give them a call. Do whatever you need to do. Sometimes you know that person just needs to be left alone on Monday, so just leave them alone. But Monday is definitely a different day for a lot of people who are veterans. So know your friends, know what they need, and reach out to them. So it's not an easy day. Do what you can do to help these people. You know, just reach out to them. If they're the type of person that's going to go out, don't talk. If they're the type of person that doesn't want to talk about it, don't ask them about it. Hand them a beer and move on. Let it ride. So know your friends, know what's bothering them, what's going on with them, and try to do the appropriate thing. Now, I'm talking to the veterans again here. If a civilian walks up to you and says, thank you for your service, say thank you for your support and move on. A lot of times, civilians don't really know. They know it's Memorial Day. They know the difference between Armed Services Day, which is for those in uniform, Veterans Day, which is for those who have hung up their uniform, and Memorial Day, which is for those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice and laid down their life for our freedom. They know that. But they don't know, most civilians don't know how to show that type of gratitude. When they know that you're a veteran, it's Memorial Day, they don't know you from Adam. You could have went to Kuwait and done an easy deployment. You could be like me and I never got to deploy. I got to do COVID. Or you could be like a buddy of mine who went to Afghanistan in 2011 when it was very active. You could be any of those things. They don't know. They're just trying to show some gratitude. So just suck it up and say thank you for your service. You don't need to explain to them what it is. They're just trying to show you some sort of gratitude. All right? So, that being said, we're going to jump right back into it. The top 10 kayaks in that mid-range, $1,000 to $3,000. We have a special intro for this one. I hate when people do a memoriam. If it's not done right, then you don't do a memoriam. This is not a memoriam. It's just a special intro like I did for St. Patty's Day. And I apologize, some of the pictures came out blurry. But let's get after it. Those mid-range kayaks. Let's get it.
A company always on the run, a destiny, oh, it's the rising sun. I was born a shotgun in my hands, behind the gun, I'll make my final stand. Yeah, and that's why they call me Bad Company. I can't deny bad company till the day I die.
All right, what's up, Pigs Nation? Before we jump into it, I want you to go ahead and hit like, hit subscribe, and help out the channel if you don't mind. I really appreciate it. Every time you guys hit like and subscribe, it helps me out. It helps me get back out there and keep making this content for you guys. So, without further ado, jumping into it. First thing I want to go over after that, I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. I'm literally in my garage. This is my opinion on these kayaks, where they're at, and all of those things. Number two, the list is by price. We did that on purpose so that we're not ranking them based on our opinion, it is going to be the lowest price to the highest price. Lowest price to highest price. And that's it. Secondly, there is a lot more than 10 kayaks in this list. I'm going to go over one, for example, in one brand, but anything still within the price point, I'm going to do an honorable mention so that you can go look at it, and I'm going to link all these below. Third thing, we are in the $1,000 to $3,000 category, right? There are 3 different types of kayaks, just to reiterate. Paddle, pedal where you pedal with your feet, and then power where you have motors. In this price point, we're going to have a few paddle and a few motors up at the higher price point. But this price point typically covers pedal drive kayaks a lot. So we're going to have a ton. So, that being said, at number 1 is going to be the Wilderness Systems Recon. So for the Wilderness Systems Recon, it's going to come in at $1,289. So you're barely getting over that $1,000 mark. If you want to get into a good, stable platform that you can keep for 3-4 years, the Wilderness Systems Recon is a very good way to do that at about the $1,200 price point this year. Very similar to this, open concept. We're going to have some standing platforms in the back, and then the other notable thing is their chair, just like a bonafide, we'll go over the bonafide later, comes up about 6 inches above the deck. So $1,289 is the paddle version of the Wilderness Systems Recon. The honorable mention here is Wilderness Systems in the past few years has come out with a pedal drive. So they have the exact same platform, and if you want to spend $2,639, so it's $2,639, you can get a pedal drive. A lot of you are going to freak out when you hear the prices on pedal drives, but that's because the pedal drive itself is expensive. For the Wilderness Systems Recon, it's a different type of pedal drive. It's got a metal shaft. A lot of pedal drives, as you go do your research, you will see do a lot of tip-ups. And there are 2 different types of pedal drives. There are fin-driven pedal drives, and there are prop-driven pedal drives. And the Recon HD is a prop-driven pedal drive, and I've heard the biggest complaint on this one is it's got bicycle pedals. So if you miss and hit your shin, you're going to scrape the heck out of it. So up to you. Take a look at it. So at number 1 is the Wilderness Systems Recon and the Wilderness Systems Recon HD. For number 2, we're going to go with the Crescent Chalet. The Crescent Chalet, and I hope I'm saying that right. It comes in at $15.99. Now all of Crescent's kayaks are paddle driven. And I do not have an honorable mention for this because this is Crescent's most expensive kayak. But it is in this category. I've seen a lot of people buy them and put motors on them and things like that. It's a 12-foot long kayak, very similar open deck, but it is made to fish and it is versatile to use. I will say, caveat, I wish me and Chris had looked into them a little bit more in the under $1,000 category. So if you circle back to under $1,000, I would just open Crescent's website and take a look at them because every other kayak they have is under $1,000, and I've heard no one who owns a Crescent complain about their purchase. So at number 2 is the Crescent Chalet. Coming in at number 3, the Vibe Sheerwater 125. Now, the Vibe Sheerwater 125, I wrote down $15.99. I saw the other day, I think it comes in at $16.99 now because plastics are going up. The same with this bad boy, is almost $3,000 now. This one is the versatile. Of all of these at all in this entire list, this is the most versatile platform that you can get. I'm going to go ahead and tell you why. The Vibe Sheerwater 125 already comes with a gravity rudder that you guys have seen me put on my, I had to pay for the gravity rudder to put on the Seagull. Already comes with it. So your Bixby ready, you can make it power. And it comes with a console in the center. The console it comes with is a platform console. But you can take that out and you can buy a console to put in there that makes it a center console, a storage console with a magnet holder. Or you can buy a fin-driven pedal drive, put in there. So it is so versatile, you can make it a pedal drive kayak, a power kayak, or you can put both on. I've seen a lot of people do a lot of things with this kayak. It's the most versatile in this $1,000 to $3,000 category. So again, coming in at number 3 is the Vibe Sheerwater 125, and you've seen it before. The honorable mention here is the Vibe Seagull series. I'm not going to go in depth. You can go back and look at mine. This is the Seagull 110, and you can get a 130. They're both within this price category. I think this one's $1,200 now, and I think the 130 is $13 or $14. The only difference is the length, but they're both very good in that category. But again, in the category of Vibe kayaks, if you're looking for that mid-range competitive kayak, I would look at just go ahead and look at the Sheerwater. If you're already paying $1,200, you may want to look at just stretching your budget because you're going to get a platform that you can play with, use for 3-4 years, and you can really adapt and do whatever you want with it. So again, at number 3, that's the Vibe Sheerwater 125. At number 4, we're going to get into New Canoe. So New Canoe is pretty interesting. I didn't really get into New Canoe before. They do have some under 1,000. New Canoe is not my favorite, but I'm going to put it on here because a lot of people love it. New Canoe is literally a canoe that's been adapted to a kayak. When you look at New Canoe, you're not going to get an open concept like this, where it's open in the front, seats open in the back. You're going to get where it's open, like a whole canoe, and it's got tracks and versatility out the gate. So if you want a platform that's totally open, but it's also versatile enough for you to adapt it however you want to adapt it, that is a New Canoe. So coming in at number 4, we got 2 New Canoes. Coming in at number 4 is the New Canoe Frontier 12 at $16.99. And coming in at number 5 is the New Canoe Unlimited at $17.99. And a lot of people like the Unlimited because the Unlimited, I'm 99% sure I need to look it up. New Canoe has done some things to the Unlimited that allow you to start putting a motor on it a little easier because it's already got a transom on it. And I think that they had already started working on their own version of a pedal drive. It was kind of interesting. I don't know that it'd be my favorite pedal drive. It had like a bike chain type deal. But go look them up and we'll link it below so you guys can do your research. So at number 4, we have the New Canoe Frontier 12 at $16.99. And the New Canoe at number 5, the New Canoe Unlimited at $17.99. So moving on to the next one, number 6, the bonafide SS127. Now, you can't say enough about this boat. I've never tested it. I want to test it. A lot of bass fishermen love this boat. Chad Hoover, Kayak Bass Fishing USA is sponsored by Bonafide. Bonafide is all over the Bass Fishing Network. And a lot of people who do bass fishing really like Bonafide. So Bonafide, the SS127 is exactly that. It's a 12-foot, 7-inch boat. It's open concept. It sits up, the seat sits up higher, just like the Wilderness Systems Recon. But it's made for you to be able to rig out to bass fish. That's the biggest thing with it, is it's made for you to be able to rig out to bass fish. A lot of people like to put a transom-mounted motor guide on those things. There's a lot of things you can do with it. If you just get the platform is extremely stable. I mean, you can be a big old boy and fish out of that boat and have no issues. So at number 6, that's the Bonafide SS127. So moving into number 7, we're going to start getting into some of those big major brands. So at number 7, we got Jackson Kayaks, the Jackson Coosa HD. So actually, my buddy Chris used to be a Jackson loyalist, and he had one of these. The Jackson Coosa HD is a very stable boat. It's I want to say it's a 12-foot platform. A lot of fishermen love it because you can do so much with it. You can do bass fishing with it, but you can also do inshore and offshore pursuits because it's so stable. The Jackson Coosa HD currently comes in at $19.49. So again, great boat, stable boat. I don't have a whole lot on it. Like I said, linking it below. Go take a look at it. And again, I'm going to go back and say the honorable mention for this at number 7 is the Jackson bitefd, which comes in at $2,999. And I'm 90% sure that's because it's the Jackson pedal drive. So go take a look at those. I'm not a Jackson guy. I've never used them. And if you get a chance in this category, let me go ahead and stop you guys right here. From this category and above, if you get a chance, find a shop that's got a pool or a place that you can demo. Because when you start spending $2,000 on a kayak, you want to demo it. I did not demo this when I bought it, but I got real lucky because I got it on the water and I loved it. So I will say, do not do what I did and just buy it. If you get a chance, demo it. I mean, we got places here like the Dugout in Marietta where you can demo Jacksons and Hobies if you're in the Atlanta or Georgia area. So I suggest you just look. It's going to take a minute. Try to find a shop with a pool or a pond that will allow you to demo these. So moving on to number 7, number 8. So number 8 is going to be the Old Town Sportsman PDL 106. So much like this, the Sportsman lineup is huge for Old Town. The PDL 106 comes in at $21.99. So the PDL 106 is the pedal drive version of this MK. So what they did in that boat is instead of having the center console you guys have seen me use for the motor, they will have one up front and you have a pedal drive that kicks up and down in the front of the boat. Now, a very similar platform. It's not as wide in the back, but it has roughly the same capacity this has. The only difference is you're pedaling it. And I've seen some people try to put a Bixby on it as well. You can do that. But, you know, it's the reason for a pedal drive versus power is price, right? You're looking at the same boat for $21.99, where this boat is now $29.99, I believe. So, it's up to you what you want to do. I like power because I get exhausted pedaling, obviously, with the situation I'm in. But my buddy Chris still has a pedal drive Outback. So, you know, up to you what you want to do, but they're very stable boats, very good boats. And a lot of people use them because they last a long time. They're 3 and 4 years type boats. So, again, at number 8 is going to be the Old Town Sportsman PDL 106. Now, honorable mentions for this, and I'm going to sound like I'm sponsored by Old Town, but I'm not. They just have a lot of really good boats in this category. The Old Town, so I've got 3 honorable mentions for this. The Old Town Sportsman PDL 120, which comes in at $24.99, so you're getting a 2-foot bigger boat for a few hundred more bucks. The Salty PDL 120, which comes in at $21.99, and the Big Water 132, which comes in at $2,999. Now, that being said, the PDL 120 is the same thing, it's just larger. The Salty has a different hull design. It's made for salt water. So go do your research and go look at this. What type of fishing are you doing? That's going to play into which one of these you get if you're looking at an Old Town pedal drive. And then the Big Water is very similar to the Salty when it comes to the hull design, but you're looking at 13 feet. So essentially what they're trying to do is give you a pedal drive kayak for offshore pursuits. So if you're looking at doing offshore and a pedal drive, and you like, let me rewind. All of the pedal drives for Old Town are prop driven, which means they have a prop, a motor prop that turns, not fins that flap in the water. There's nothing wrong with either one, but if you're doing offshore pursuits, going back to the 132, or any of these, and you like the prop driven pedal drive, then Old Town's one I would suggest you looking at. So, circling back, number 8 is the Old Town Sportsman PDL 106 with the caveat of the entire, almost the entire Old Town pedal drive line. So, that's number 8. Coming in at number 9 is going to be the one you are looking at right here. So the one you are looking at right here, oh that's right, it's $2,900. So coming in at number 9, conveniently, we're still on Old Town, is the Old Town 106 powered by Maine Coat. This is the only boat, I love this boat. You guys have seen the videos I've done on this boat. This is the only boat that you're going to buy in this $1,000 to $3,000 category that already comes with a motor. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't go back and get a bonafide at $1,700 and put a motor on it and still have your total budget be under $3,000. That's why a lot of people like the bonafide or the wilderness systems or the Vibe Sheerwater 125, because you can get the platform for cheaper, but I'm telling you, when you put a motor on it, you're going to get close to $3,000. But you can still get those platforms, put a motor on it, and get up to, you might even be able to save money. If this is $2,900, you might finish your budget out at $25 instead of $29. But it all depends on what you want, how much work you're willing to put into it, because you're going to have to put that on. But circling back, number 9, Old Town Sportsman 106, powered by Minn Kota, $2,900. You guys have seen the reviews on this. I love this boat. It comes with an integrated Minn Kota motor ready to go. You just got to get a battery and plug it in. Ultra stable. It's small at 10 foot 6 inches, but it's ultra stable. It's as stable as a 12-foot boat. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. Number 9 is the Old Town Sportsman 106, powered by Minn Kota. And at number 10, we are not there yet. We have not gotten to the 3,000 and up where you get to the pros, the fancy kayaks. But we are getting there where we're starting to bring in that certain brand that everybody loves. At number 10, the Hobie Mirage Lynx. So the Hobie Mirage Lynx comes in at $2,999. And it's a very interesting platform because it's basically a stand-up paddleboard. And a lot of companies have them. I mean, Vibe's got the Kubera, which is a stand-up paddleboard that people use to fish in. You can put a chair on it. It's really good for flat water. But the Hobie Mirage Lynx is very similar to the Kubera, but it's a Hobie. It's made to last. People buy them for 3, 4, 5 years. And it's interesting to me because it's basically a stand-up paddleboard, but I've seen a ton of people are buying them to fish on. Like even bass fishermen. because they really like the simpleness of the platform. They really like, it's got tracks on it. It's basically a flat, almost like a flat surfboard with tracks all over it and a place to put your seat and a place to tie your cooler down. So it makes it real easy to get around out there, and it doesn't flip very easily. So a lot of people like it. We're going to put that one there at number 10, the Hobie Mirage Lynx for at $2,999. So that's really it, guys. We touched on a lot of kayaks today. We touched on a lot of different topics today. I did not go into depth on every little thing in each kayak, and the reason is because this video could take 30 minutes if I did that. So I don't really want to do that. I just want to get you guys the list, and it's going to take me a while, but I'm going to get all the information for these and link it below so you guys can start your research and it makes it easier on you. That being said, guys, I'm going to circle back to what I said earlier. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. Be safe out there. It's a great start to the summer. If you know a veteran, reach out. Make sure they're doing okay on Monday. And that being said, guys, have a great weekend. If you got something out of this, hit like, hit subscribe, and stay higgy with it, Higgs Nation. Have a great week.